Hey everybody, Animal Crossing Brandon here, and this week we have updates, new gameplay, and upcoming reveals this week. This is GNN. Kicking it off, it looks like a film starring our favorite blue hedgehog is getting a sequel. According to the source, Paramount Pictures and Sega have already started development on the film, even keeping the directors and writers. I think Jim Carrey did a fantastic job as Dr. Robotnik, and I can't wait to see him portray an even crazier version of the Doctor. Next up, the final season of Street Fighter Champion Edition will be Season 5. They're adding 5 more fighters to the roster and adding 3 more stages. The devs at Capcom are also holding a costume contest. Starting from now until July 22nd, you can submit a costume design for any of the 40 characters in the game. 2 winners will be selected, and the winning designs will be available in-game. Next up, Warframe's next major update is almost here. Called the Deadlock Protocol, it features a ton of cool stuff, like a new Warframe, more backstory, and even a remaster of an old area. Now this area isn't just old, it's actually the oldest in the game. Digital Extremes claims that the Corpus tile set is getting a complete remaster, bringing its quality and design up to the 2020 Warframe standards. Next up, Blizzard Entertainment finally put out a statement about this year's BlizzCon. Unfortunately, like many other conventions and events this year, they decided to cancel it. This honestly isn't even really a big surprise, with events in 2020 pretty much being doomed from the start. The statement does go on to talk about channeling that BlizzCon spirit in some way online. While they don't really have a solid plan yet, they basically leave us with a stay tuned. I'm just going to end this segment with a reminder about Pokemon. This week's mystery gift in Sword and Shield is a Galarian Ponyta with an assortment of Pokeballs. And this gift goes away Thursday, June 4th. Now, way back in 2018, my friend and I started a game that I'd never played before called Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles. About halfway through the playthrough, Square Enix announced in a Nintendo Direct that Crystal Chronicles would be getting a remaster on a modern platform in 2019. Fast forward to May 28th, 2020, and the game still isn't out. However, Square Enix announced that Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles Remastered is finally launching August 27th, 2020, and I can't wait. Moving on from that story, the Summer Games Fest gave us our first look at gameplay of League of Legends Wild Rift. Now, Wild Rift is a mobile and console spin-off of Riot's long-running game League of Legends. It's obviously scaled down and simplified, but it looks like the team behind it managed to nail the core concepts of League of Legends down. I mean, from the gameplay, it looks like League, it plays like League, it's basically League on the go. While there is going to be an alpha on Android devices, it looks like it's only going to be in Brazil and the Philippines for now. Finally, for our last topic in this segment, PlayStation held another State of Play, this time entirely focused on The Last of Us Part 2. The 20-minute State of Play went over locations, maps, characters, transportation, enemies, factions, weapons, cinematics, and even more. If you want to get all the juicy details about The Last of Us Part 2 from this State of Play, make sure you go in the description below and check out the source. For our final segment, we have 2 stories. First up, Kingdom Hearts is apparently getting an animated TV show. A reporter for the Cinema Spot posted that a Kingdom Hearts series is actually in the works at Disney+, with them currently being in the casting stage right now. Apparently a pilot was created in the Unreal Engine, with the final show actually going to be CG animated. A few other journalists also pitched into the conversation, saying that the claim was true, and that Disney voice actors are expected to reprise their roles as their signature characters. Last on the list, PlayStation posted a teaser telling everybody to tune in on June 4th at 1 p.m. Pacific or 4 p.m. Eastern Standard. They're calling it the Future of Gaming event, and I'm guessing it's going to be where they show off the PlayStation 5 console and hopefully a few launch titles. And to end off the show, as always, we have games that released, and we have a lot of them. First up, you're telling me we have 2 Platinum Game Classics remastered on one disc in glorious 4K at 60 frames? It doesn't get much better than that. This is the Bayonetta and Vanquish 10th Anniversary Collection. Bayonetta is an action-adventure hack-and-slash all about angels, witches, and demons, and Vanquish is a fast action, bullet-hell, beat-em-up, third-person shooter. Both of these games are incredibly fun, high-octane, and super fast-paced. 2K released 3 separate collections this week. BioShock, the collection, contains the remastered versions of BioShock, BioShock 2, and BioShock Infinite, all with their DLC. Borderlands Legendary Collection contains Borderlands 1 Game of the Year Edition, Borderlands 2, and Borderlands the Pre-Sequel. And finally is the XCOM 2 Collection. This comes with XCOM 2 as well as the 4 DLC packs that were released for the game. Coming to the Switch, Bug Fables is the Paper Mario game fans have always wanted, just starring bugs instead. A fun and funny RPG with unique platforming and classic turn-based combat feels right at home on a Nintendo console. Minecraft Dungeons is an action-adventure Minecraft experience that looks and feels like a classic dungeon crawler. Up to 4 players can battle, explore, or loot various levels. In Shantae and the Seven Sirens, the half-genie hero is back in an all-new adventure. Explore all new locations, towns, and levels as you platform and puzzle solve your way through the mystery of the Half-Genie Festival. I personally picked up Half-Genie Hero on a whim and I loved it to death, so I can't wait to jump into Seven Sirens. And finally, we have Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition. A classic game is reborn for the 3rd time on a Nintendo console. From the Wii to the 3DS and now finally on the Switch, Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition looks beautiful. New UI elements and changes to quest tracking has also made the game smoother overall. The game also comes with the Future Connected DLC, a new story set after the main quest. And that's gonna be it for GNN. Thank you guys so much for watching. Next time I should be back to normal Brandon form, but we'll just have to see. Now that you're all caught up, make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you guys next Sunday.